Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name is Lonniedos. Disney stars who ruin their freaking careers, dude. This is a tough video. Freaking, I used to love Disney, dude. There was a point in my childhood where I would only want to watch like this live action stuff. I feel like animation was just, it was not hitting.
Most of us Disney fans.
It's Mitchell Musso.
Disney Channel stars who made our childhood just a little bit brighter.
He's in the video.
These stars seemed on a definite path to greatness.
And this guy.
All of them managed to keep that spark. So in today's video, we take a deep dive into Disney Channel stars who somehow ruined their careers, with some even trying to salvage things and get back on the right track.
Who's that?
To Disney Channel stars who ruined their careers. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Tuvington, and when I see these people
Tuvington, oh, he got Danny in the cut. Danny DeVito. Make a morbid video about Danny DeVito if you can. I think I might have just gleeked to you. My apologies. I doubt that Danny DeVito's past is too colored with morbid curiosities.
About a morbid topic, we get a sponsor to back up the video. So I want to give a big thanks to Surfshark VPN. We'll talk more about them later in the video. This video has a 99% chance of getting demonetized. It might be monetized the first 2 days and then right after. I don't know why. I don't want to be the guy that complains about
that is weird
monetization, so I'm not gonna be. I'm still gonna upload. And also, my album dropped on August 18th, so you can go stream it if you want.
All
and you
right.
can go watch the album movie. It's here on this channel. With that being said, let's get started with the video.
Sounds
Mitchell
weird.
Musso.
Mitchell Musso, dude. He was on freaking Hannah Montana, and then he did music for a second. I don't know if that was ever like, and his brother I think is in Metro Station.
Musso, a 32-year-old actor, also a musician,
and his chin won't quit apparently.
In Texas, before losing his edge, arguably.
I don't really remember it being like that, but I guess it was always like that, dude. But he looks good. I'm not hating.
Here at Disney, he was particularly famous.
You got Milers. You got what's her name? In real life or the show? I don't remember. Hannah Montana's friend.
Disney sitcom Hannah Montana. That role also propelled him into a leading role in Pair of Kings, where he played King
What
David.
the fuck is that? Some Disney XD spin-off, Disney Channel 2 type shit.
Also in 2010, he became host
okay,
of
what the hell is that?
Show, Prank Stars. Now, these are only highlights to Mitchell Musso's accomplishments because there's a lot to go over. He got into acting at the young age of 8, and even before his Hollywood debut in 2004 on the show Secondhand Lions, he had been cast in other films like Am I Cursed?
You might be cursed to be in things I've never heard of only, except Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana and Pair of Kings. He featured in several films in different capacities, including voice acting. For example, he was the voice of Kurt, Bobby Hill's friend in some episodes of King of the Hill. He was also the voice of Jeremy Johnson in Phineas and
Okay, I remember that.
In an unaired version of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and also DJ in Monster House. Musso was also featured.
Mitchell Musso's the GOAT.
Big in Life is Rough.
Never mind.
He had a lot going on, and still, that wasn't all. He had a music career running parallel.
That's Metro Station, dude. I like my favorite band.
He released his debut album under Walt Disney Records. He even got to create original tracks and perform remakes of existing songs for Disney films. He sang a remix version of Lean on Me for the film Snow Buddies, and then alongside Tiffany Thornton,
he drinks lean? No, and he's chill like that, dude? Hey, here at Lonniedos Entertainment Industries Incorporated, we make a lot of jokes here, but actually the opioid crisis is going strong, and freaking stay off the lean, and like, comment, subscribe, instead. This has been a message approved by me. But I mean, if your doctor prescribes it, you probably need it. It's fine. He's a doctor, so listen to him.
Not the Frozen Let It Go. Also in
Let
2009, Musso opened for Metro Station. You know, the classic pop rock band.
I thought he was Metro. Never mind.
And they gave us the hit single Shake It. Shake, 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 shake.
Metro Station better than some of the other bands that existed at that time, like Cooper Starship.
And these are just some of his musical highlights. His accomplishments as a musician are just as impressive as his acting.
I didn't even realize there was a hat there. I was freaking Jesus Christ.
Now, what did Musso do to tarnish such an impressive resume? Well, it's alleged that it's
thanks
to a 2011 DUI, as reported by People, the popular online publication. On the early Sunday morning, 3:43 a.m.
Sunday morning,
October 16th, 2011, Musso was arrested under the suspicion of driving under the influence, with the police confirming that his blood alcohol level was well over. Musso had driven through an intersection and failed to do what an officer instructed him to do. At the time, Musso was 20 years old, which was below the legal drinking age of 21. He went to jail, but was released.
I almost forgot that for some reason. God, I'm old.
$5,000 bail. He eventually accepted a plea deal and got 36 months of probation with no jail time.
It's like he's winking at me. I didn't really go to jail.
Firsthand that stepping up and taking responsibility is the best way to move forward. I am especially thankful to my family and fans for their unwavering support and encouragement. I am glad to now put this in the past. This was after the plea deal, according to TMZ.
Yeah, and that was forever ago, so I'm not even mad at him. We've all had a little DUI at 20 years old. If you're not old enough to drink, you're not old enough to get a DUI. You know what I'm saying? Mitchell didn't do it. Free my man.
To move the actor from kids shows to young adult projects, the DUI.
Hey, here at Lonniedos Entertainment, but don't drive drink. Don't drive off the drink, and stay off the drink too. Thanks. Oh, Mitchell is not happy. You're telling me this is not the stationary Metro Man?
Pair of kings before making the decision, they quickly replaced him with a character played by Adam Hicks. At the time, Musso was also hosting the Prankstar show, which had 4 episodes by the time of his arrest. Learning of the DUI issue,
is this like ridiculousness for babies? Because I'll shit my pants right now. I'm the perfect audience.
He canceled the show, making it one of the shortest running shows on Disney Channel, with only 6 episodes ever being produced. 2 episodes that had already been filmed and were being planned to air were also pulled from the programming schedule.
Damn.
Musso's acting career took a big hit after the DUI incident, and his music career flatlined, but it did pick up a bit in 2022. He did, however, manage to salvage the situation, given he did voice acting for Phineas and Ferb and Milo Murphy's Law.
Dude, Phineas and Ferb was a goated show. Quietly kept him on the payroll. You sneaky boys.
Is a really interesting one because he didn't like do anything to anyone else. It's just you gotta be on edge when you're working for Disney. You know, this was a horrible look for Disney, and they obviously
and so on edge that maybe you need to freaking de-stress with maybe a little drink behind the wheel. I'm just kidding. L. Mitchell.
Nothing to do with him.
He didn't do it. Free my man.
I did see somewhere. The reason I thought about this whole video idea was because he came up on my For You page. I believe it was him, or maybe it was a fan page, but it was just, I think the caption was something along the lines of like, so this is what he's doing now, and he was just making music. Nothing crazy.
Nice.
Seems like a pretty normal dude. It just really sucks that he was drunk driving when he was 20, and you know, who knows where his career would have been if he didn't do that one night when he was only 20 years old. Like, that's crazy. A decision you make at 20, boom. Now he's 32, so damn. Yeah, whatever. I hope he learned from his mistakes. Let's go on to the next one.
I don't think that. I think that's, you can redeem yourself from that. You could come back. You could stay on Phineas and Ferb and get that Hannah Montana money. He's probably sitting fine.
Hey guys, I just want to take a quick break to talk about today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN. Surfshark VPN keeps your online identity safe.
Finally, my identity.
Jake T. Austin.
Who?
Jake T. Austin definitely took DUI to
that guy. What the hell?
Level. Hailing from New York City and proudly.
What was he in? Was he in Hannah Montana as well? He was from Getty Images.
Commercials. He was 8 at the time. He made his first credited acting appearance a year later in 2003 for a role in Kid 1698, a comic sketch.
What does the T stand for? Tiny little guy?
The Late Show with
Jake
David Letterman,
Tiny Little Austin.
There. In 2005, for instance, he landed a major role where he voiced Diego, Dora's cousin.
Oh, really?
Nickelodeon's Dora the Explorer. He voiced that character even on the spin-off, Go Diego Go. He then
Liddy.
did voice roles in The Ant Bully and Everyone's Hero before his first live-action role in The Perfect Game. However, his debut at Disney was under the role of Chris in Johnny Capahala, before he got casted as Max Russo on Wizards of Waverly Place.
I remember that.
Russo made him particularly famous and cemented his career at Disney. Riding on that fame, he landed other roles between 2011 and 2014, including voicing Fernando.
But what did he do wrong?
He also got a guest appearance.
Where did it all go wrong?
And a role as Rob Fisher in Law and Order. I'd say that's
I'm here to feel better about myself. Where did it go wrong? V-neck over the long sleeve is crazy.
Back from it. So what happened? Jake got into 2 DUI incidents, and they were pretty insane. First, on October 8th, 2013, he was arrested after being pulled over for driving at night without headlights. Apparently, police officers had smelled booze when they approached his vehicle, and Jake had performed poorly in the sobriety test that they administered on site. A little over a month later, on November 19th, 2013, he got into a more serious DUI incident. This time, it's alleged that under the influence of alcohol.
Hey, 2 DUIs I can't even joke about. You're just a dumbass.
Driving a 2010 Audi with New York plates, Jake rammed into 3 other cars in the early hours of the morning.
L, indeed. No long sleeve under the V-neck is crazy. You slut.
Well, when we were finishing filling out like the paperwork, one of my friend's cars was one of the cars that was hit. So, you know, the officers pulled the registration. They had to open his car because he lost his car and fled the scene with his friend. So they unlocked his car and dug through his car and found his registration, and that's how we knew, because they put his registration, his address, and his name on the police report for the insurance company.
Well, okay, so what you know is that Jake owned the car, but how do you know? Now you've seen.
Oh, but no, that's when we put it together. We
but he's never done something like this before. How do you know it's him?
Who that is? Because like there was a bunch of people.
He looks like he'd do it again. I'm not even gonna lie. There's just something about the way he's looking at me in these pics.
And one other neighbor actually.
Oh, especially this one. He's got a devious expression here.
And he's like, that guy looks familiar, but I was.
He's up to no good. He's Jake T. Austin. You can't tell him shit.
So once the police told you that Jake is the owner of the car, did you then go and look, like Google him or something, and find an image of him, and that
that triggered it. And it was like, of course that's him. Yeah, that's exactly who that was.
He had been with a friend in the car, and in a bizarre twist, immediately after the crash, he left the scene. Witnesses reported seeing him throw a bottle of vodka out the window and fleeing from the scene in an Uber. His lawyer then called the cops and told him that all the
You know, working at Disney's really stressful.
be fully compensated, and there was no need to prosecute. Oh, and he didn't get charged for fleeing the scene because he apparently left to seek medical treatment at the ER due to an injury to his mouth. Now, the rumor is that Jake was dropped from another season 3 of The Fosters, due to this trouble with the law. He later made a comment that might corroborate this version, saying that taking a break from acting helped him from getting out of hand. This is just speculation though, and the reason I'm saying the whole issues with the law leading him to being dropped from The Fosters could be speculation is because there's an alternate explanation. MovieWeb, for instance, writes that Jake left the show because he wanted a bigger part. This character he was playing
Wanted a
was gonna get
silkier
smaller parts
shirt.
after the second season, so he decided to take the chance and play new characters. Either way, he was replaced with Noah Centineo for season 3. Also, regardless of the version of events around him leaving the show, his career did take a huge hit. That's undeniable. The DUI incident has followed his reputation ever since, and a lot of people think that he didn't end up being as great as he could have been. For instance, he got voice acting roles in 2017, including the Emoji Movie.
Nice.
And has some upcoming projects as of 2023.
Bro, trying to be an emoji. I love a good method actor.
Such as Black Friday, Pledge Trip, Paw Patrol, The Mighty Movie, and Daft State, which aren't that bad, but you're gonna be compared to that biggest show you were on, which for him was Wizards of Waverly Place. And let's be honest, if
Hey man, I'm sure there's a podcast that's hiring.
compare any of them to Selena Gomez, she's light years ahead of all of them. So of course that's gonna have a lot of people compare more often than they should. But still, this dude had talent, and I don't know how to say it without sounding rude, I guess, but it would have been great to see him further in his career by now. Adam Hicks. So far, we've talked about.
I sure hope he does. Am I right?
This is you, then you're about to be shocked with what Adam Hicks did. Our next star is Adam Hicks.
There
whose
he
full
is.
name is Adam Paul Nielsen Hicks. Hicks was born in Las Vegas, Nevada in November 1992 and is a well-known, multi-talented individual who has dabbled in acting, rapping, singing, and songwriting.
Gambling?
Though it's unclear at what age he began acting. It's
Cardigan
undeniable that
buttoning?
He's good at his craft. He's known for being cast in The Boy Next Door as Jason
Oh,
Zimmer, Pair
God.
of Kings as a replacement to Mitchell Musso, How to Eat Fried Worms as Titus, and a co-lead role as Luther Waffles on Zeke and Luther. Also, shout out Lemonade Mouth, one of the best underrated Disney movies of all time. However, among all these, being on Zeke and Luther made a significantly positive impact on his reputation, and he arguably grew popular
Is he
under
Zeke
that
or
show,
Luther?
which had him for 77 episodes. Now, that soundtrack was crazy too. I might even listen to that after this. Of course, these are just some highlights of his music career.
If it's a DUI, I'm gonna freaking start calling it a Disney under influence. Okay, I'll work on it.
Featured in include Shifting Gears, Freakish, Little Savages, CSI,
Shifting gears, more
Windsor,
like
and
shifting gears when I'm above the legal limit, if you know what I'm saying. The Disney XD, more like Disney UI. All right, I'm working on it.
Anyway, as being reported by Variety, on Wednesday, January 24th, 2018, Hicks was arrested on a suspicion of a
If you told me this was Ed Sheeran and he was found here today, exclusive, I would believe you.
string of armed robberies.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you heard
God.
that right. Not one, but multiple armed robberies. According to the Burbank Police Department, Hicks had been accused of robbing several people on the streets of the San Fernando Valley area.
What?
Apparently, other valuables.
Sheesh.
Arrest on his record for first firing a gun and shooting himself in the leg, and second for battery. The two prior
What?
arrests had, however, been
Why did he do
dismissed for
that? Why did you do
lack of sufficient evidence.
So
Regarding
angry.
the robberies,
Take it out on everyone, even myself in my leg. Or shoot his leg.
He was held on a $550.
I am Ed Sheeran, let me borrow 16 Irish euros. I'm in love with the shape of you. Listen, man, he's a robber. I can make fun of him.
His lawyer that the star wasn't fit for trial.
Even the judge is taking pot shots at him. Not cool, dude. This is literally Ed Sheeran. Smoking weed on the
A lot
sofa.
of people sympathizing with him. In the interview, he opens up about struggling with anxiety and panic attacks, which were worsened by the pressure of being a child actor. He also talks about self-medicating with alcohol, marijuana, and Xanax from a young age.
Battery and self-gun violence. I'm a changed man. Does this guy have a cameo? I gotta ask him if he's Zeke or Luther.
As incompetent to stand trial, which means I could not stand trial because of my mental state. So the judge sent me to a hospital where they put me on medication, and it helped me immensely. Then once I regained my competency, I was sent back to LA County
He's spitting.
Jail, where I had to start the process over again and ultimately take a deal.
We can only hope his career goes up from here. This is another person I've actually seen on TikTok and on Instagram Reels, and he just talks about his mistakes. You know, he seems like a very good dude now.
I appreciated his delivery. The freaking, I'm working on myself, and you know what? I've made marginal progress. Yeah, okay? So, fuck off if you think that I fucked up, because I know. Okay? I'm
Yeah,
working
he
on
seems very
myself.
mature.
Ladies,
He
stay
went through a
back.
lot. Bah, like flatline.
Spank you on the ass. Send you straight to jail. On God, on
Stoney
God.
Westmoreland.
Who? That is made up.
Robberies.
That is not
Now
a
you might
name.
wonder,
I
also
have
made
never
appearances
seen
in
any of
popular
these
TV shows like
movies.
Scandal.
That's what I'm learning from this, is I've never seen anything, actually. Grandpa!
We also found 2 novelty toys in his hotel room. He also admitted to sending explicit
What kind of novelty?
Fell into 2
Novelty is
felony categories.
insane to just
Tested
drop
minor by
vaguely.
interest.
Fucking
Westmoreland had
gross.
taken her
Who?
Full name, Annabella Avery Thorne. Born
She
in
was on
Pembroke
freaking, what's that show called? Actually, I don't remember. Shake It Up Chicago?
Pines, Florida. Bella is probably the youngest in terms of career kickoff amongst the Disney stars on our list today. She was born on October 8th, 1997, and began her acting career in 2003 with an uncredited role in a 2003 film called Stuck on You. She must have been around 6 at the time. Just like our other stars, she has a pretty impressive portfolio. Notably, she's had roles in Dirty Sex Money, My Own Worst Enemy, and of course, she played Cece Jones in Shake It Up. Now, this last role, playing Cece in Shake It Up, is what she's really known for and was a significant step in her career. She also won awards along the way, including Young Artist Award and the prestigious Imogen Award, or is it pronounced Imagine? Whatever. Following the Disney role in
Imogen
the 2010
Heap?
to 2013
I'm
period, she went
McGeehan.
on to be cast in other popular films, including Blended, Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Trip, The Babysitter Series, The Duff, Infamous, and the series Famous in Love. These roles spanned between 2014 and 2020. Also, she ventured into music, and her single, Watch Me from 2011, made it to the US Billboard Hot 100, coming at number 86 on the charts. Overall, she's pretty well accomplished. So, how did she ruin her career? Well, the biggest consensus might be that she curved an image that is so distant from her Disney self. She's transitioned into a controversial and sexualized brand, which is as far as someone can be from the Disney image, and she knows it. For instance, while at Disney, she had the appearance of perfect. She later admitted in an interview that this was part of the pressure that she didn't appreciate while filming the show Shake It Up. She said, quote, "There are definitely a lot of pressures in Disney's eye to be so perfect, and I think that's where Disney in a sense goes wrong because they make their kids seem perfect. That image is very difficult. It's also never been me. So what is the real Bella Thorne?" According to Bella, being real about poetry, sexuality, past struggles with abuse, and other areas of her life was a better way to connect with her fans. Again, this is pretty much the opposite of what Disney would allow near their brand. Moving on, her controversial stance didn't stop there. This is because later on, also, while filming for Freeform's Famous in Love, she was called a diva who was uncontrollable and crazy. Now, those are pretty strong words coming from a studio. Anyway, the bigger hit to her image, however, was when she leaked nude photos of herself to get ahead of a hacker who was threatening her. In June 2019, Bella, in a stance to, quote, take the power back, posted on Twitter messages from an anonymous person revealing topless selfies of herself in the process. She said, "Yesterday, as you all know, my shit was hacked. For the last 24 hours, I have been threatened with my own nudes. I feel gross. I feel watched. I feel someone has taken something from me that only I wanted one special person to see." She added, "I'm putting this out because it's my decision. Now you don't get to take yet another thing from me." This was a bold move from her, and her fans praised her for it. However, the internet being the same old dark place, those nude photos have followed her reputation ever since. And to make it worse, Bella has continued to find herself in tricky conversations. For instance, in 2019, she directed a film, Her and Him, for P-Hub. And while there's nothing inherently wrong with directing an X-rated film, it's pretty insane to do so as a debut instead of directing shows. Regarding the experience directing the film, Bella said filming actual sex was quite a fun environment. Then, just a year later, in 2020, she joined OnlyFans and riled up a significant portion of her fan base. But why were they mad? Well, she came in and gentrified the whole thing. In an interview with Rolling Stone, one content creator on the platform thought it wasn't so good that a former Disney Channel star with many sources of income would come in and dilute revenue for regular sex workers. Now, I wouldn't say Bella Thorne's career is over, but I'm sure a bunch of angry
But it's
parents
ruined!
would.
Hell yeah, shout out to freaking Tuv. His videos are always solid. Freaking, I didn't even know who Bella Thorne was until the OnlyFans stuff happened a few years ago. I watched her on Shake It Up, but I just like didn't know the name with the face, and then she doesn't even look like the same person, and I don't freaking know, dude. This was interesting. Thank you guys for watching this freaking reaction video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. It helps me out a lot. I always appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, boys.